The Covenant network is absolute chaos. From what I've been able to piece together, their leadership ordered all ships to abandon Halo when they found the Flood, but they were too late. The Flood overwhelmed this cruiser and disabled it. The Covenant are terrified the Flood will repair the ship and use it to escape from Halo. They've sent in a strike team to neutralize the Flood and repair the ship for immediate departure. I've got a good lock on Captain Key's CNI transponder signal. He's alive, and the implants are intact. There's some interference from the cruiser's damaged reactor. I'll bring us in as close as I can. Oh, I see. The coordinate data needs to be... Right. Sorry. Captain? Captain? I've lost him.
Hey guys, welcome to Keys, the second to last mission here in Halo 1. Used to be my probably second to least favorite, just because again, kind of like a lot of the other ones, it's dark, nerve-wracking, Flood, Covenant, all sorts of things. Not an easy mission, and not really a crazy fun mission, but after this run, I like it a whole lot better, and you'll find out why. I'll tell you later on. But the first Flood at this point has a shotgun, which I just picked up there as you saw, so make sure you find that shotgun and don't lose it.
Analyzing damage. This hole was caused by some kind of explosive. Very powerful if it tore through the ship's hull. All I detect down there are pools of coolant. We should continue our search somewhere else.
So before you jump down, head back, grab the invisibility, and then jump down. Don't hang out too long by the giant hole, because eventually there's going to be an infinite number of Flood that spawn behind you. But you'll want to drop down. My first death actually comes right at this part. I forgot where the Flood spawn. You can check it out later. But you'll want to just kind of wait behind some of this wreckage right here.
Let's get out of here and find another way back toward the ship.
So they'll spawn into that, or out of that pool off to the right. And I just kind of let the Flood and Covenant fight each other, except for that, obviously, that Elite, who I thought was going to potentially start fighting me if he got too close. For whatever reason, that Elite decided not to shoot me, so whatever. There's usually a shotgun and a pistol with all of this group, so make sure you pick up the shotgun ammo. I just got shot by a shotgun. There it is. Okay. And there, like I said, there's usually a pistol somewhere, but can't seem to find it. It's pretty much necessary unless you go with a plasma pistol or plasma rifle. You need something long range that's not an assault rifle in the next areas here. I would take pretty much every corner pretty slow. There's nothing that appears out of this corner, but you can never be too sure. So that's what you want. There's those Flood on the ledges up there. You'll want to take them out. I do go back and try to look for the pistol. I don't know what happened to it. It must have either blown away somewhere, or I didn't cover every inch of ground. But eventually, like I said, a plasma rifle or a plasma pistol would work just as well. For whatever reason, as you saw, I could see that plasma pistol on my screen, but couldn't pick it up. So the Flood will usually win in this section. And this is why you're going to want either a plasma pistol or plasma rifle. Yeah, I'm doing next to no damage. But really, even more importantly than that, I was kind of thinking in the back of my mind, well, I'm probably not going to kill him, but I can at least get everybody else to come over this way. So I'm still kind of eyeing over there. Now one of them's coming. I could at least shotgun them before I have to deal with those guys on the ledges. And again, if you could just, even if you have an assault rifle or whatever, and shoot those guys on the ledge, you don't even need to kill them. Again, you just need to disarm them. So if a couple of your random bullets end up hitting the gun out of the Flood's hand, that's all you need. Otherwise, oh, there we go. At least I got a different pistol now. Oh, come on, come on. 1 health. I do have quite a few deaths in this level. The reason I really liked, all of a sudden kind of really started liking this level, or at least this run, is because at the tail end there's a huge section, the very last section you can either skip or basically take on like 15 or 16 of those spec-op elites. Yep, now that his gun is down, I'm not really going to care about him. There's a second one up there with an Needler, though. And I actually do that entire run without dying. I go very conservatively, though, and not super aggressive, so it does take a little while. And that's probably never going to happen again, that I do it without dying. But I ran through it without dying. Yeah, there's a ton of Flood right around this corner, so you're going to want to throw at least 1 grenade, if not 2. But I do die probably 6, 7, maybe 8 times throughout this level, including I've already probably died once or twice in the bloopers. So I don't know. Hardest that's the Spec Ops elites are probably some of the hardest in the game. So I don't know how I managed to get through that without dying, but end up dying a ton elsewhere. And outside of that Spec Ops Elite part, I don't think there's like any super tough parts in this level, but they can certainly like add up the deaths, kind of like the library.
We should head this way, towards the ship's gravity lift.
In the library, they just kind of slowly bombard you with quite a few sections of, there's a lot of Flood, Flood with power weapons, things like that. Most of the other stuff should be manageable. So there should be a health pack right around the corner here. You just got to make sure you don't get blown up. There's also a sniper rifle, which you'll use. I'm going to temporarily replace it for my shotgun.
The crash did more damage than I suspected. Analyze it. Coolant leakage rate is significant. The ship's reactor should already have gone critical.
So there are a couple of Flood that will spawn up on that ledge up top there. And then you can end up using either your sniper, come on, there we go, or your pistol to take out the Flood and Covenant. Eventually the Flood will win because there's infinitely respawning of those poppers. So there's not an infinite number of Covenant. The Covenant will eventually die. It may take them quite some time. I kind of let them fight it out a little bit, but as you can tell, I'm also, taking them out slowly one by one here. I am trying to save some ammo too. There's actually, for the next section, a couple of different ways you can do that. I have seen some recommendations to keep the sniper rifle, as in not even use the sniper rifle really here, and then save it for all those Spec Ops Elite at the very end. I don't do that. I just noob combo them, the plasma pistol combo. So I'm obviously not that great of a sniper. You have to hit headshots to make that work. As in the first sniper rifle shot will take out their shields, and then the second one you gotta get a headshot. You will know when all the Covenant are done in this section when the poppers just kind of like stand there. So you're going to want to at least clear a path like I am. Maybe shoot some of them along the way. Be careful of of grenades. They are still infinitely respawning until you get to a certain point. So you know, go ahead, and then I'm not sure where that line is, but they do eventually stop spawning, and I've reached that line wherever it is. But what I do for this next section, Hokiebird had recommended getting into the turret. I don't. I throw a grenade, shoot some of the grunts, and then I threw a frag grenade, but a dead body kind of got in the way there. All you have to do is peer around the corner and you're fine. Then they'll stop instantly respawning. So I got a little confused here because I was like, wait a minute, there's a grunt that's alive. And I was going to retreat to the back area, but I'm a little bit worried about... Oh, I was lucky there was no grenade there. I was just a little worried about surviving rather than figuring out where I was going. So not my best run at it, but that is an alternative way to do it. But you do have to be quick. Like throw that plasma grenade from kind of far away, otherwise the elite will start shooting you. And then get a frag grenade out quick as well, so that you can at least peer around the corner and kill anything that's there. And as you can see, I took almost no damage doing that. I still have full health. Definitely works just as well. There's a few combat forms that appear over here. Nothing that you can't handle. And then there's a lot of infection forms that drop down. So Keys is another one of those missions that just, when growing up when I would play it, it seemed to take forever. It's less than an hour. This video is 55 minutes, and that includes bloopers and all cutscenes. So it's not actually all that long, and I'm kind of going through it pretty conservatively too. Like, I could probably do a little bit better job rushing. Covenant all here died pretty quick, so you're free to throw a grenade sooner rather than later. I had a friendly on my radar, if you saw that just a couple seconds ago. That was probably like the turret moving. I do find that funny, how moving turrets are viewed as friendly things and stuff like that. But this section's not too hard. Just like I said, throw a grenade and do a little shotgun camping. They'll all come to you. There's 4 flood with weapons up on ledges, so just kind of be careful of that. 2 up there, and then you can kind of see 2 off in the distance. That second one has... Oh, I thought that first one had fallen, but I guess not. Whatever. Then there's 2 over there, so have your pistol and take him out. I don't even know if he's dead. I just saw the gun drop. That's all I need. So when you're moving forward, though, be careful. Watch your radar. There's a bunch of poppers that will appear. So right behind me is actually just infection forms, and then the poppers will appear here. You do not want them coming and behind you and then killing you when you're not suspecting it. And those poppers are, I've talked about in past videos how a lot, if not most poppers are actually non-aggressive. They actually tend to hide unless unless you can't see them. So they'll sneak up behind you, but they're kind of what's a word you want to use for it? They just don't. When you see them, they'll run away.
Power source detected. There's the gravity lift. It's still operational. That's our way back in.
So I believe I died once in this section, and it's not like it's an overly hard section. You just gotta kind of be careful. There is 3 elites up there, and there is a bunch of flood. So that was a slight fail. Oh, there we go. There's a little bit better. Stick one of them. And that killed another one, and I think the flood will usually take out at least one of the elites pretty quick if you can kill one or two of them. So at this point I just basically sprint, shoot anything that's either in front of you or shooting at you. And it looks like the flood did take him out, so it's pretty easy, smooth sailing. There is a health pack up here, so if you need it, grab it quick, and then just hide behind these energy barriers so nothing shoots at you. Even if you're under attack, like I was, a bunch of infection forms were hitting me, you'll be fine. They'll transport you up top.
Get into the ship's control room from here. The Covenant BattleNet is a mess. I can't access the ship's schematics. My records indicate that a shuttle bay should be here.
So once you're on the inside, there's only one door that you can go through. So obviously go through that. A couple of poppers. Not much else to start with. Like I said, poppers will run away once you see them. So in this case, that popper is not going to come back. He's just a little baby and never came back for me. So there's a couple of spots, just like in the library, where there's infinitely respawning flood. So be careful of that. It's kind of interesting how none of these Covenant are converted yet. Usually they do that right away. In this section, go ahead and kill everything that's down below. I end up thinking that I do, but I don't. Be careful, because the moment you fire, there's going to be some flood that come after you.
The flood are gathering bodies.
And then killing everything down below just makes the next section quite a bit easier. Ooh, I'm a little slow to kill that guy, so I know there's two. There's one. There we go. And then I probably should have double checked that that guy was dead, because I think it's him that ends up being alive still. But we got a checkpoint here, so we should be good to move on, see what's available in the next section. It's kind of the weird thing about Keys is that it's eerily quiet. As you saw, I died in this section. There's a slight cut in the video. This is where the infinitely respawning flood are. I actually get past it, no problem. You'll want to make sure you throw a grenade. I actually got past that, no problem. I didn't have any problems with infinitely respawning flood. I think it was before I got the checkpoint the next time. Somewhere down here, I think I ended up dying. Yep, so I'm a little slow to the draw. If you throw like one, maybe two grenades, you can take out pretty much everybody that comes out of this. But I did actually get everybody with one grenade outside of that one flood that you saw. But there's an overshield. I'm gonna take out everything. I do kind of view overshields and flood level as kind of useless. I mean, there's just too many infection forms. I'm looking around for grenades because I'm pretty low on grenades. In a moment, I am going to fast forward it because I actually, unfortunately, get a little confused. I go down the door that I originally came down. So sorry about that. But the door that you need to go through is right directly across where you came from. Because we need to be going down at this point, not up. Right around the corner here, there's a lot of flood, and they appear in basically two waves. So throw a grenade, shotgun anything else that lives, and then another wave will come. Feel free to throw another grenade. I am kind of being conservative on my grenades with that second round because I want to see if I can find another frag grenade. I was low on those earlier, and I don't think I picked up very many along the way. And I'll point it out, but if you are going to take on all of the Spec Ops elites, there's specific spots on where you're going to want to save plasma pistol or plasma rifle ammo. There's 3 poppers down below here, so make sure you kill all 3 before you jump down. I couldn't quite remember where you needed to save all of the plasma pistol, all the plasma pistols that you could find. So I kind of just slowly do it throughout the level. But obviously we're jumping down. We jumped down here, so it's not before that. Be careful of those poppers around the corner. Like I said, if you don't know this level super well, just assume there's something around every corner. So I'm like, okay, they're kind of fighting, but kind of not. What do I do? Got a checkpoint at least. Eventually I'm just going to throw a grenade. There we go. The popper's moving, so I'm going to stick him and hopefully kill half the stuff here. Didn't expect that, though. I could have swore that I was going to stick the popper. But whatever. Didn't lose any health. There's infinitely respawning flood as well in a little bit. Not right away. But you'll want to just kind of keep an eye out for that. I'm kind of caught in a bad spot here. I wish I would have had my shotgun out because I wouldn't have lost any health. I would have just charged him. But I'm going to do that now. There we go. Look around, see if we can find any ammo. Alright, down at the bottom, there's going to be another corner and there will be infinitely respawning flood. So you can, and there's flood that also appear right about where I was looking in that door. So do what you need to do to kill all those guys. These grunts are very flood happy, FYI, so just kind of be careful. I do die because one of the grunts randomly throws a grenade, and there he threw another random grenade. So, yep, chuck a grenade just like the last time, and then just run forward.
Looks like another shuttle bay. We should be able to reach the control room from the 3rd level.
Okay, Cortana, you told me to go to the shuttle bay. There's nothing here.
Gave you an order, soldier. Now pull out.
He's delirious. In pain. We have to find him.
Well, I don't know if he was delirious based off of what he was saying there, but he's certainly in pain, I'm sure. Instead of facing all those elites back on that ledge over there, you'll want to come down this way. You'll face the elites a little later if you want to. They're completely skippable. But there's hunters and stuff down here that will eventually catch up to you if you try to take out the elites without getting them. This is one section where you could save some pistol ammo. This is actually where the elites come out of, those spec-op elites at the end of the mission. Oh, I should have got him there. So I just decide, well, this is kind of an awkward area to try to get a hunter. There we go. I really feel like I should have got him on that second shot, but whatever. Go ahead and kill the other hunter if he's still alive. There's also some grunts. I feel like at least once a gameplay I just have one time where I cannot aim my weapon to save my life, and that was it for this level. A couple of shots just went randomly all over the place. But you can actually, if you want to go super heavy on all the plasma pistols, there's a ton of plasma pistols down there, so you could bring them all toward the top of this and where you'll pop out. I only bring one to the entrance of where the Spec Ops elites appear, and it does come in handy. So that's I'll end up going back and leaving this one, but for now I was going to take out all of these elites. Again, there's a ton. They are pretty non-aggressive, So I was just basically planning on shotgun camping if they pop out, but I hit one with a overcharge shot and then throw a sticky. So I heard one of them like was growling and then just kind of must have died. I don't know if he fell off the edge and the impact killed him or what, but either way, got him taken care of. So there we go. You could bring all of the... There's motion on my motion tracker, but it's just infection form, so I thought that might be the other elite. But you could bring all those plasma pistols to this door. This is where you'll want to store up on a ton of plasma pistols. So here's going to be a couple from these grunts. And I'm just kind of taking it easy, which I probably should have been paying a little bit more attention. There we go. The flood ended up coming down. But make sure you save for sure all of these plasma pistols in this area. And I only am going to save one. Turns out though that I ended up saving enough. It wasn't plasma pistol ammo that I needed to worry about. I ran out of pistol ammo, mostly because I sucked at headshots, as we all know. But you know, you definitely will still need a ton of plasma pistols. I think I ended up going through 2 full plasma pistol clips with the initial 10. Here we go. I think I saved a few more, at least up here. So, yep. So I just have to walk a little further back to get some more, but there's plenty around here. And you can, of course, bring them all down to the entrance to save you some time later on. That's completely up to you. There's also like 3 shotguns down here. Which it probably would have been a good idea to save some of that shotgun ammo. You won't really need it, but hey, more weapons, the better. So these flood, all for whatever reason, are the least aggressive flood, like, I swear, in the game. At least aggressive combat forms, because they don't actually, like, go after you. They all have weapons, as far as I know, and they just like, you know, holding onto their weapon and shooting you from afar. None of them charge you. I'm sure they probably would be more aggressive if I were to pop my head out a little further, but hey, whatever. Yep, so again, I'm at this point, while I'm playing, I don't remember which doors that I needed. I just remember I need to save a ton of plasma pistols. So that was part of it as well. You don't necessarily need to save those. So there's an initial wave, and I'm trying to be careful too with all those Covenant. I don't want them to kill me. But there's an initial. There's a few combat forms that just are there. And then there's a single wave, and then there's actually a second wave. I remembered the single wave, but I forgot the second wave. So I'm about to get thrown in by surprise in a minute here. There we go, got that elite. I heard some grunts too, so I'm kind of looking. Yeah, you can hear the grunts if you have your volume up enough, but I just don't know where they are. So I don't know. As long as they don't have fuel rod cannons, I don't have to worry about them. But I am curious as to where they are, so I'll kill them.
Control room should be this way.
So yep, like I said, there's a second wave that kind of catches me off guard. I was thinking there was just that initial wave, but in this case I was at least paying attention to my motion tracker enough to kind of realize that something's coming. And then back up, I mean, you can shotgun camp around this corner or around any of these barriers. You should be fine, as long as, again, you know it's coming. So again, being kind of ignorant, not realizing where specifically I need them. It's nice to have one in this area too, simply because there will be some spec-op elites, 2 of them that come on this top floor. So what I was doing there, I was just saving a couple more weapons. I saved an assault rifle just because it's better to have something than to run out of ammo for 2 weapons. And this is actually coming up one of the harder parts too, so be careful.
The captain, his vitals are fading. Please, Chief, hurry!
It is kind of funny. Right at the very, very beginning, within the first 5 seconds of playing, you can actually see that the captain is clearly out, but apparently he's still alive. So he's in that giant flood cocoon thing, still alive, and can talk, but I don't know, just dies right before you get to him. By the way, I do die several times in this section, at least once, if not twice. Can't quite remember. I had edited the video several days ago, so I just can't quite remember. The flood that come from like that control room, they are not infinitely respawning. There's just like a million of them. And that was, I must say, that was a pretty nice stick. I'm not usually that good. But I didn't want to like charge the elite. Take advantage of grenades. Take advantage of shotgun camping. Take advantage of any poppers. Use them as grenades. But there are several waves that come out of this. And once there's nothing appearing on the motion tracker, I'll kind of pop my head out again, probably throw either another grenade or use that popper as a grenade, and then let them come to you. They might not know that you went around a corner, so you might have to draw them out by firing at them or something. And then of course, yeah, be careful of infection forms. So that was the second wave that I had to deal with, but there's still something on the motion tracker. There we go. That guy kind of went sliding there. That was kind of funny. So like right now, they might not know to go this way. Yep, so they stopped right there. So now they should all know which quarter to go around. I inadvertently picked up that health pack. There had been that health pack sitting there, but I was kind of waiting. Again, this section is kind of hard, or can be kind of hard, because there's just so many waves of flood. This is already the 3rd wave that I've had to deal with, plus that elite, which I fortunately got rid of right away. But just be careful. Here's me again being stupid, not necessarily knowing where all the plasma pistol is supposed to be saved at. But it does look like this is probably my last wave, because they all spawned inside there. So 4 total waves. 4.5 maybe? I don't know if that was part of that 4th wave or what, but it's not, either way, it's not infinitely respawning, so just be careful. Like I said, take advantage of grenades, poppers, and shotgun camping, and you should be pretty fine. But here we are. Pretty cool cutscene, pretty gross cutscene, but enjoy it if you're into that kind of thing.
No human life signs detected. The captain, he's one of them. We can't let the flood get off this ring. You know what he'd expect. What he'd want us to do. It's done. I I have the code. We should go. We need to get back to the Pillar of Autumn. Let's go back to the shuttle bay and find a ride.
So Captain's definitely seen better days. What you'll want to do is go up to that door and then just take off for behind this pillar. You might have a flood or two following you, but there is a ton that appear, as well as Covenant. Just let them fight. Ooh, that guy, he'll take some bench. But it is kind of interesting. So in the Halo universe, the Flood are supposed to have like a collective kind of mind. Keyes is now part of like what's turning into like the mind of all Flood, or the grave mind of the Flood. That's basically what that's turning into. But how did the Flood initially know to use Keyes? I mean, Keyes is obviously one of the biggest, most important humans, most knowledgeable. But like, how did they know not to kill him way back in like 343 Guilty Spark? So he was alive then, and he clearly got attacked. Yet they didn't kill him and knew not to kill him. I don't know if the Flood species, as a species, are that advanced to know that yet, but oh well. I'm a little confused here during the gameplay, only because usually all these Flood, they will do that. They'll start going after you, but none of them really do. And usually there is a ton of Flood still surviving. In this gameplay, though, the Covenant actually wiped out most of them, and I don't even realize it. So I'm still thinking, like, on the outside of the door, there's still probably, like, I don't know, 8, 9, 10 Flood or whatever. So I'm outside of this door. So I'm just basically ready to, you know, shotgun them and throw a grenade, but make sure you note that there is a health pack right here. But nobody. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, let's just see if we can find any more ammo or grenades or anything, and then let's go. So yeah, I'm still kind of thinking there's Flood waiting, but from here on out, it's relatively easy. You won't need your shotgun after this, unless you want to use it. It's primarily, again, those elites. There are the spec-op elites. There are, of course, other enemies, but you can take them down with pretty much any weapon that you want. There's nothing that's overly hard where you would need a shotgun for sure. It just kind of helps save on pistol and plasma pistol ammo. So here's the section where there's a couple of spec ops elites. And then the rest of it from here you could actually skip. Try to get the grunts as soon as possible, particularly the grunts with... Oh, he threw a grenade, yep. Whenever you hear an elite like grunt, he's thrown a grenade. Nice, yep, okay. So I do kind of a bad job of getting rid of the grunts quickly, and I do die, I think at least once because of grunt, because I just didn't kill the grunts quickly enough. And then look at that, those stinking needlers. Annoying. Needler's the most useless weapon when you have it, but it's wonders in the hands of an enemy. So I almost died there, and I'm going to fast forward to get that health back. Okay, so let's try round 2. There we go. I know I at least have a grunt because I can hear him and the 2 spec ops elites. There's another instance of me firing from what seems like around an inanimate object, but I'm still hitting an inanimate object, so that's annoying. There's another grenade. Again, this section is just, it's not tough. Well, it can be kind of tough, but it's very tight, and these these spec ops elites can be nuisances, especially at mid range. Yes, I'm actually not even sure what happened to that spec op elite. I know for a fact that it didn't kill him, but maybe he. Hey, watch out for that grenade. But maybe he ended up like jumping off the edge after the grunt with the fuel rod cannon died, because those fuel rod cannons explode after they died, or after they die. And I don't know what happened to him. But okay, whatever. I'm gonna actually go back and get my or get a fresh plasma pistol. Again, if you've saved enough plasma pistol for the level below, you can use a shotgun at this point. But when you see those banshees fly in, throw a couple of plasma grenades. I kill one, and then I'm too slow on the other.
Perfect. Grab one of the escort banshees and we'll use it to return to the Pillar of Honor.
So in a moment, I am going to fast forward because I look for a little bit more ammo. Then, like I said, you can actually jump down from this level if you're careful enough and skip everything else. But I'm not going to skip anything here. A couple of plasma grenades down here should do the trick at killing everybody. But mop up whatever is left over. I only heard one elite die, so I'm kind of thinking there's another elite. But I just can't see him. I saw those grunts, but I'm obviously more concerned with an elite at this point. And there he is. He actually heard me throw that grenade as well, so but he still ended up getting stuck. So yep, this part, of course, you do have to be careful around this part. But as you could tell, oh hello, what was that? But as you could tell, you know, a couple of well placed grenades, and you should be fine. So I'm going to do my 3-weapon trick here a little bit, and then kind of decide, maybe not. I am actually, at this point, saving all weapons that I come across just in case. And because I run out of pistol ammo, this is actually a good idea, because I have to figure out how to kill a ton of stuff, mostly Spec Ops Elites, with not a pistol. And let me tell you, that is not easy at all, especially when there's like a total of like 15 or 16 or whatever of them. So here it is. Again, Hokiebird said that he had like 30 or 40 minutes of deaths. I go super conservatively, as in I rarely go up to that little box on the right, which you can to get into better position, but you also leave yourself a little more vulnerable. It would actually probably pay off to go a little further ahead, mostly to save on ammo. I kind of want to keep a counter up, so I don't think I've killed a single one yet. As you can tell, I'm already below 80 shots on my pistol, so at this point I'm just like, oh boy, I'm screwed. One of them probably fell off the edge, because there was one of them waiting behind the pillar there, and I threw a plasma grenade. So there's probably one down below. He might have died by falling off, because I don't think he had any shield. But as far as I know, I've not killed anybody, for sure, and I've already ran out of one plasma pistol ammo. These elites are very non-aggressive unless you are aggressive. Come on. Still nothing, and I ran out of plasma pistol ammo already, so I was like, well, I may end up dying, or may end up needing to revert to the last checkpoint, simply because I ran out of ammo. So there we go, there's for sure my first one killed. I might have had one or two others killed by either falling off the edge, or maybe Maybe my plasma grenade actually did kill him. I'm not really sure. Another kind of thing to keep in mind, I know it's hard to strategize. There's 2 down at least. It's hard to do this specifically, but as long as you're maintaining firing at these spec-op elites, if they throw a grenade while you're firing at them, as one of them did, if you saw it just a moment ago, he threw the grenade like basically at his own feet. So keep that in mind. You can use that to your advantage. They may end up like basically committing suicide if you can hit them in that kind of way. So now I'm finally getting the ball rolling here. I've gone through 2 full plasma pistols. Here's my 3rd. That's the only one. Those are the only 3 that I had in the immediate vicinity, but I can go farther back if I need to. He stupidly popped out. I was kind of actually surprised in game when he did. But as another strategy that I saw on a different video was keeping the sniper rifle for this section that I had mentioned toward the beginning of the video. I am not good with the sniper rifle, so that would not have worked out at all for me. As you can see, most of my plasma pistol hits, or most of my pistol hits, are like in the chest. But we're slowly getting there. Half the plasma pistol is still left, but I am running dangerously low on pistol ammo. So I do become a little bit more aggressive here. And there we go here. He probably jumped off the edge. Not sure if he survived or not. Looks like he did survive on the radar. But that must have been it. I really don't think that I killed 10. So a few of them are probably alive at the bottom, plus the ones that were already supposed to be down there. But I got a bunch of dead ones. Here's that plasma pistol that ended up actually coming in handy, and there's a crap ton of them down there. So I'm just like, what do I do? I have almost no pistol ammo. That's my main problem. And Hokiebird strategy of like firing plasma pistols barely over the ledge. I mean, I haven't even tried it, of course, yet, but it ends up not working crazy well for me. You know, I am going to switch back to the plasma pistol, but I want to see if I can eliminate 1 or 2 of them early. That's another thing you got to be aware of too. They will throw grenades. So yeah, that didn't really work. That one worked, but there's like 400 of them, and I'm trying to get him, nothing. Well, that sucks. So I didn't eliminate any of them at all down below, and I have no pistol ammo. So I just decide we're gonna rain grenades, and they're good at dodging them, but if I can at least get like 1 or 2 or 3 or anything I'm desperate for. Maybe they'll roll over and hit the wall or something. I end up killing a couple, I think. And that was kind of the goal, because those are all really free plasma pistol or plasma grenades, but they probably would have just exploded anyway if any of these guys were to throw a single grenade up here. So rather than let all those plasma pistols go to waste, I decided to try that. The only problem is, as you just saw, some of the plasma grenades go flying. I could have gotten an additional kill there, but I eliminated a few, and I'm going to try to be more strategic about the last few. So I'm going to see if I can. I'm kind of debating on what I want to do at this point. Go back and get the shotgun and go downstairs is one thing that I thought of. I do eventually get this needler. We'll try my luck with the needler. I do actually have a little bit of luck with the needler. And by the way, like I had mentioned before, I did all this without dying, but it is very painful to watch. It's slow. Probably added an extra 5 minutes onto my run just trying to kill all these guys. I mean, I could pretty easily run down there and grab a Banshee and be fine. And I was just short. Just short. I think in my head I'm thinking, oh, his shield's down, but I can't really get him without risking, losing any more health or even dying, because these spec-op elites, I mean, they hit you hard and they hit you often. They're like the CIA or something like that of the Covenant. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, don't move. Don't move. Ah, missed a good opportunity. I'm not sure if he had seen me. Oh, he came back. So come on. Chief throws with his left hand. Oh, and I'm just too slow. So that's not fun. But I'm like, ooh, he's right here. I can stick him. How does he see me through that? Come on, I couldn't even see him. But he runs away. I have low shield. I'm forced to backtrack. So I'm just like, what do? I have like 2 or 3 of these guys left. I don't end up doing it, but one of my last resort options is to just kind of go down there and try to take them out around a corner one by one. I could always go back for my shotgun. That was something that could be done. And then just kind of like shotgun camp. But I got this guy kind of in a good predicament for myself. So come on, come on. There we go. Got another one. Still running low on ammo. Okay, okay. So he's down there. Oh yeah, there's that health pack over there. Don't forget about that. Oh, there he is. We're coming down to the end of the video, so you know I am going to get him pretty soon. It's just, like I said, it's a little painful watching me get to that. There we go. There's kind of another good combination. I almost got stuck. There is kind of another good combination. If you can stun them, because the Spec Ops elites get stunned just like any other elite. But if you could stun them, the plasma rifle works pretty well at like stunning them as well. So so if they're getting fired at constantly, like they'll just kind of stay in place. Plasma pistol is pretty good for that. So there's only one elite remaining, and I'm kind of thinking I might run down there, but nope, I got him finally. Thank goodness. We're getting out of here. When you jump down, you do want to get into a Banshee right away, because there's a bunch more that appear, and I ain't dealing with that. So there it is. Keys. Thank you for watching. We got several bloopers coming up, like I said. Most of them I think coming toward the beginning of the mission, but we'll see here. So like I said, make sure you remember where they appear, because I actually just kind of head around this corner and wait here, not realizing that, again, they all spawn behind me. So you can even see it already on the radar. I'm not paying attention to the radar for whatever reason. I'm like, oh crap, here, yep, let's not hide there. So here's the infinitely respawning one of the spots. And I guess I made it. I guess I did make it a little further. Almost die there, and then finally do end up getting eaten by an infection form. Oh well. So like I said, there's a random nade. I didn't die by that, but there's the flood that spawned behind me, and I'm not even realizing it. And I'm like, oh wait, crap! The flood appeared behind, and then that flood gets stuck, and I die. So there's fun with that. I guess most of my deaths were actually in the building, or in the ship. I'm at 2 health. I should have retreated more because it didn't take much to kill me. But that's actually it. So thank you for watching. We only have 1 more level left. And then we're finally done on Legendary here. Thank you for watching.